speech about how he can't really compare himself to his dad. But if you want, like, okay, this is all about them, we don't really get many. Another real example we get is Aang hiding that message from Sokka's dad. We get small ones they get to hang out, but it's always usually a team thing or they're going through something of their own. Very rarely is there a crisis where they specifically have to lean on one another versus with other people. Definitely see some Luca and Alberto vibes if you want to strictly ignore how Aang is the more exuberant one. But again, like it has daddy issues, but we're really having to put more work here than anything.
And yeah, I guess. Ah, crap, this is bad.
Anything else. No real hard feelings, I love their bond as is, but like with Ty Lee, it is a bit too much of the same thing. Where I can see this being someone's comfort ship, I was looking for something that would really make their dynamic pop over all of this, and not just fun. Let me know how you play the comments, but moving on, Gen X Sokka is just a curiosity for me. Like, this could have something that I dug, but in the aftermath of Gen's introduction episode, his relationship with Tarn is the one that is really prioritized. Sokka and Gen were the ones with actual beef. It does make sense given Guitar's I focus on her hand. He's a guitar keeping Sokka's lunch. And the conflict that could have been for Sokka, I know that's the wrong shit, but it sounds like chip heads, so I love it. But that conflict is now the one top over all others, and not just be fun. Let me know how you play in the comments, but moving on. Gen X Sokka is just a curiosity to me. Like, this could have been something that I dug, but in the aftermath of Jet's introduction episode, his relationship with Tarn is the one that is really prioritized. And Sokka and Jet were the ones with actual beef. That does make sense given Guitar's sense of betrayal. That focus on her anger kind of leads to Guitar keeping Sokka's lunch as a conflict that could have been for Sockets, which I know that's the wrong ship name, but it sounds like Chipettes, so I love it. But that conflict is now being directed towards Guitar and Jet, rather than for Sokka. And the conflict around how they should be fighting this war, to familiar trauma of losing people to the Fire Nation. The only thing that's really left unexplored as is their shared sense of being leaders. That and the fact that Sokka would be dating his sister's older crush. I see this ship having a lot of room to grow in a situation where the two meet outside of Aang. So just put my full fanfic cap on, say Sokka and Katara leave the South Pole for some reason, like to look for their dad and to actually help in the war, only to join up with Jet's crew, where together they all fight the Fire Nation. And not having the easy out of, oh, Yalatar's back, that might force Sokka to consider more violent forms of resistance, which would create some tension and intrigue, and he's like, okay, what's gonna happen here? That and Jet would absolutely have a love triangle between Katara and Sokka. Sokka would win. Unless Lee was also here. That's it for those two. It's fine. I think that is all the major Sokka ships. We can move on. There's officially nobody else.
Nigga, fine. Nigga, why y'all be wrong that if
30 seconds before you attack.
How about
Get
that last
ready.
sequence of the ship people actually care about?
Mantis, yes, I am a god. But stop staring at me.
I thought you should
How
know
about
there
that
are
last sequence of the
Asgardians
ship
in
people
prison in the
actually care
collector's
about?
theme
Sokka
park.
finally finds out he got picked by his ego. He does so by accident. That's good. Hans told this. He in fact know that, okay, the Kyoshi Warriors got replaced. But plus, in the
battle
war,
starts in
Sokka
5,
just wanted to rescue his dad.
3,
That just seems like the more attainable
1.
goal at the time.
All you need to do is
The
capture
best
the
of us.
mission
That's not
area.
this other girl
Got
that
it?
plays Supermax jail, but it's too unfortunate for the car.
I've stepped on
Daddy
something
Coda cannot
dreadful.
be there, but in
And
the
this time I
best of
don't mean our
consolation
foes.
prizes, Suki was. So he tries to play the same over-familiar guard trick she
Our
pulled on
enemies
him.
are here.
But context is everything. He doesn't think to understand how indeed the Raven Guard is getting ready with a female prisoner with the exact fault. And Sokka is never slowly. So like always, she has to slap himself. When Paul said Raging is out, I feel like a plan to get out of it. And it's not, I mean, just on the judgment potentially having Sokka down. Suki is right down, no problem saying time to Sokka. And when it pays off, it's a fire bus. Still people have how close to our right in that will work.
Mission area is yours.
After some trials and tribulations followed by them overshot by a complete they will have to plan not to keep it. The context is everything. You don't pay to understand how a random dog getting flooded with a female prisoner would be a bad call. This is a little bit of the obliviousness that Sokka is so he tries to play the same overly familiar guard trick she pulled on him. But context is everything, and you don't need any to understand how him leading to a random guard getting flirty with a female prisoner would be a bad call. This is a little bit of the obliviousness that Sokka just never fully loses. So, like always, she has to slap some sense into him. The two working together with Zuko, who got confident they can make out, come here to make a plan to get out of there. I want to say nah, as they risk all of it on a new batch of prisoners, potentially having Sokka's dad. And Suki is ride or die with no problem staying behind to take a risk with Sokka, which thankfully it pays off. And then during the escape, Suki gets her future father-in-law's seal of approval as she's forced to a riot to kidnap the warden.
Let's go, girl.
After some trials and tribulations followed by them getting overshadowed by a completely different ship, everyone makes it back to home base where the Water family is reunited. And after that, Sokka and Suki kind of just hang out for the rest of Season 3. They're mostly just here being cute together, but if you're looking for a story to be about them, you're kind of gonna be disappointed. As if I'm being honest, when you like Suki's return, it is kind of just a cool moment. It is like, oh, the return of a guest star you've been waiting to come back for a long time. It's not like the fans of emotional scene of them reuniting after all of these horrible things. It's cute, but it keeps things under the radar and doesn't take up too much attention at times. So to be clear, they are the only functional romantic couple we see in this fucking show. Like, if you ignore the side characters. So when you're watching the show, it's actually just refreshing this date and for it to be uncomplicated. And when we see them watch the play, it's basically just them having a date. So you can react to Sokka's love and annoyance of the performances, which is just his life, but a parody. You see all the ups and downs of them interacting. As Sokka, cute, funny, oblivious, and that causes him to push his luck into territory he probably shouldn't go. That was a little rough. He later helped him go backstage to share his jokes with his actor. Nothing too crazy, it is a simple meal well made. Especially when, again, we're juggling so many other emotions in this episode. The one
Cheers for us.
Keep going.
see waiting to come back for a long time. It's not really the massive emotional scene of them reuniting after all of these horrible things. It's cute, but it keeps things under the radar and doesn't take up too much attention and time. Though to be clear, they are the only functional romantic couple we see in this fucking show. Like, if you ignore the side characters. So when you're watching the show, it's actually just refreshing to see these two date and for it to be uncomplicated. Like, when you see them watch the play, it's basically just them having a date. Suki's reacting to Sokka's love and annoyance of the performances, which is just his life, but a parody. And you see all the ups and downs of them interacting. As Sokka, cute, funny, oblivious, and that causes him to push his luck into territory he probably shouldn't go. Same old phone? Nah. Upgrades to the new Galaxy Z Fold 7.
Chewing believes all pets are exciting, especially when you feed them that recommended curing the program.
That was a little rough. She later helps him go backstage to share his jokes with his actor. Nothing here is too crazy. That was interacting. As Sokka, cute, funny, oblivious, and that causes him to push his luck into territory he probably shouldn't go.
Oh, get out the side.
That was a little rough. She later helps him go backstage to share his jokes with his actor. Nothing here is too crazy, but it is a simple meal well made. Especially when, again, we're juggling so many other emotions in this episode. The one thing I will point out is that Suki doesn't know about Yue.
30 seconds before you attack. Get
Looks like
ready.
I can easily slip past your radar, but Sokka never really talked to Suki about Yue, but I
Why
looked
did you
details about
crash
what
the
their
whole
relationship
here?
actually
Of all
was.
places.
Usually Sokka is just vague, talking about how, yeah, I lost someone
He says it
important
was
to
you.
me, but he never says that they were dating and that she was cheating on someone for him, or even who she was. So by the time the play happens, she sees the story of a moon spirit kissing Sokka. She doesn't really put together that this is the person that Sokka is so messed up about. This play is so full of inaccuracies that she doesn't know, like, the most same thing here, that
All
a
you need to
princess
do is
coming
capture
to
the
moon
mission area.
was true,
Got it?
even if Sokka is tearing up over it. Nor have we ever seen him explain, like, okay, what was that about? Everything with these two is just jokes and good vibes, which I'm pretty much okay with. Like, as a positive spin advocate, I think this is kind of a sign of Sokka having semi-moved on from UA. You know, to cry the memory, but not let it ruin his life like it would have been in the past. Well, I will say that it feels like Sokka's going to be funny as he counterbalance everyone else's angst in this episode. With that, let me much it for this ship. Sokka calls Suki the man whose soul is pulling on everyone's elements. They go together along with Toph to fight the Fire Fleet. Suki can separate only to come back one last time. Suki, all the fanship, all the drama, is the ship ending. And they are not complicated. And I think that makes this ship really great. All these other ships have time trouble. These characters are going through the fucking ringer. They almost die every other episode, and the time has been trying to avoid that exact same fate. Sokka has been losing levels his entire life, so to have someone who just the misogyny slapped out of him and realized he was being intense, it works for them. What they're going through is complicated, but their relationship is, they are just a bomb for the other soul, as they are always going through something, and it's nice to have someone to fall back on. Even if they're goofy, suck at art, or just a little bit too intense at times. Sokka is one of those characters who, by virtue of being the guy who wasn't locked into a ship early and had a riz, became the go-to character for romantic subplots. His sense of timing lent himself well to flirty banter, so it could be done while feeling natural. So he was always just an easy choice. With Suki, was pretty much his best ship from the start. The one who always came back, and the one he always come back to. I don't think this ship has any massive hits, but it never misses, which is something that is extremely rare for the show that they're in. So it's no surprise that after everything, to me, Sokka is endgame. Allegedly. Yeah, there's one minor hiccup for all these good vibes I want to put out before I leave, but Sokka and Suki's future, ignore the comics, we don't actually know if they end up together. Sokka's fate in Korra is never truly mentioned or expanded upon. We know that he died and he served as a city councilor and fought the Red Lotus to protect Korra. Well, you know,
I am ready to put on a show!
So he was only just an easy choice. But Suki was pretty much his best ship from the start. The one who always came back, and the one he always came back to. I don't think this ship has any massive hits. The Impact, and the one he always comes back to. I don't think this ship has any massive hits. The never misses, which is something that is extremely rare for the show that they're in. So it's no surprise that after everything, to me, Sokka is endgame. Allegedly. Yeah, there's one minor hiccup for all these good vibes I want to put out before I leave, but Sokka and Suki's future, ignore the comics, we don't actually know if they end up together. Sokka's fate in Korra is never truly mentioned or expanded upon. We know that he died and he served as a city councilor and fought the Red Lotus to protect Korra. Well, other than that, we don't know yet. Considering said they want to leave some history, so they don't want to answer all the questions, which is very funny to say when they are answering all the questions about the Avatar backstory. But I don't know. It feels odd that Sokka is the only one they leave out. We see every other character from Team Avatar. Like, if they let Toph rest, I think I would have been fine. But no, they bring her back, but Sokka and Suki are just gone. And this has led to the never-ending fear trap of what really happened to the two of them. This is what led to the idea that Sokka is Sumi's dad. He has just never gone away. As correlated to detail, what happened to Sokka and Suki as forbidden. So we don't actually know if Sokka and Suki ended up together. We straight up never see Suki. So the ultimate fate of their relationship is left open-ended. It's like people lost their minds over one panel of possible tension between Zuko and Suki. As after the Mai breakup, it could technically happen, and everyone else's romantic fate wasn't set in stone. And Korra is the one time Suki doesn't come back. Maybe they broke up, maybe they lived happily ever after and had a bunch of kids after moving to Water Tribe, Florida. But we'll never know. So while it's basically canon, it's also not. So whenever you ship Sokka with anyone, just remember, if they survive the last Airbender, it technically has a chance. And even if it doesn't ship it anyway, and also, why not? This has been all the major Sokka ships. There are just so many, as he was shipped with everyone. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Okay, fine. I will talk about the other ship. Kyle is a girl that Sokka met in the comics, and okay, fine. I'll talk about Sokka and his rough buddy in another video. No, like for real. I'll bring them up. It might be their own thing. I might pull it into the May video that I'm already working on, as I truly did not realize how popular Zuko was for the longest time. It deserves to be talked about, and see a lot of people asking for it, so I'm gonna give the viewer what they want, even if all they want is Zutara, but worse.
We're here for a convertible.
How about a Mitsubishi? Get out of here.
Where are those trucks?
We're right here. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Hello, Ross. I'm running over the New York City.
1,000 gods!
Double KO!
I'm back, and now there's hellfire to pay.
Ridiculous. Bro.
Look, Avatar: The Last Airbender is iconic. I think
I'm
for
as
modern pop
flawless as they
culture,
come,
Avatar is the
darling.
Western cartoons what Star Wars used to be to sci-fi. It is a juggernaut that even if it didn't actually invent the tropes and archetypes it popularized, they codified them so thoroughly that now every story is duly compared to
30
it.
seconds
People
before you
and
attack.
single death charts
Get
on
ready.
somebody whispering Zuka. World building is so deep that even the
It's
four
an honor,
nations have their own unique
Phoenix.
successes with their own unique
Ness,
identities and
I have
visual
always
styles.
had the
But
utmost
naturally,
respect
while
for
Simple
cosmic
on
forces.
can use so many different varieties of ways to different styles,
usually
it'll
only
never
on
get
vamps.
boring. You're right, that
These
mounts the
guys,
horrors of war with a
I'll make an
intimidating story,
exception.
where the humor never takes away from the seriousness of the situation.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
What is a hero? An overgrown child with a weapon.
Some uninvited guests. They can barely touch me.
I need assistance. Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. The mission area is yours.
You should all be very proud.
The foe is here.
This deserves your attention. Some uninvited guests.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going. Some help, didn't I?
Suppose that helped.
Double KO!
Priceless!
The hunt is on.
The area's almost yours!
Since my controller dies. Died on me.
Our enemies are here! Friends! Gather around! I am ready to put on a show!
Crap. Poison it.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner! Control lost!
Emma Frost never so much power. Time to use it.
Ready to worship your god?
Alright. Alright, come on.
I am wounded. Who will help? You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
My ground.
There we go. There we go.
Another epic victory. Big win!
Yeah! Woo! MVP! I wasn't even trying to go for MVP. I wasn't even checking. Woo! Hello, Emma. Hello, Emma. The SVP.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Freedom's an idea that will never die.
Yep. Just need to do one more.
This is war. We keep fighting until we can't fight anymore.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Everyone is looking at me as if they know me. It's a strange feeling.
You may have just been unthawed in your timeline, but to us, you were a trusted friend for ages.
I haven't led a fighting force of this magnitude since
Okay,
the war.
I'm just noticing the blonde hair. Just noticing the blonde hair on Cap.
Starts in 5,
Now, I don't think I've ever noticed that before.
3, 2, 1.
Just thought the emote would brought it out. Alright.
How about I switch things up and make our opponents disappear?
Let's get that vehicle to its destination.
There. Time to run, time to run, time to run, time to run. Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Heal. Heal. Alright.
Watch your back.
Heads up. Invaders from the deep.
Namor should be ashamed.
We got a lot of people ahead of us.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Something from behind. Good. Fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Awesome.
Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
What on earth has
Crap.
Namor done now?
Dang it! Ah! It completely
All right.
fucked.
Don't rush in.
fine.
I was born ready.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Glad I sharpened my sword, baby. That's the boost I needed.
Behind you. Shields up.
You're relieved.
Zero.
Dang it!
Coming through.
Fall back! No!
Me.
Jeff! There you go. You ain't getting away. You ain't getting away that easily. You scamp. You ain't getting away that easily.
Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Alright, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, bro.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
I am Phoenix.
Oh no.
Fully charged.
Yeah. We're gonna have to do something about that rift soon. What am I? Invisible? Roll to see the Master Weaver.
Crap. Find cover, find cover.
Coming through.
People, take cover.
You're halfway there. Keep going. You are nothing.
I sharpened my That's the boost I needed. Sorry, soldier. Take this. Stand down.
Dang it. Dang it.
Protect your key. That is much better.
Almost
I
there.
never
Don't
stay
turn back
down.
now. Neo peasants! Vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. Sweet.
I'll be shipshape in no time.
Go for it.
Switch.
Dang it!
Zero.
Emma. Crap. Wait,
Set those squid things.
what was that?
Heads up. Invaders from the deep.
Behind you.
That's the boost I needed.
That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Dang. Fall back.
So close. This is your big chance.
Push.
Prepare to engage. Beat battlefield medicine. Turn around. Stand down.
I am Phoenix.
You'll have to call in heavier hitters.
I'll be shipshape in no time. We're gonna do what we have to do.
Woo!
Another epic victory. Big win.
Woo, woo, woo.